Keep Right with Ralph K. Ginorio. Democrat addiction to election fraud. Shameless election fraud on a scale not seen since the days of Huey Long, Democrat Louisiana, and Chicago Mayor Richard J. Daley, Democrat Illinois, now characterize elections in the city of Los Angeles, the state of California, and far beyond. The scope and degree of utter brazenness of their theft of the popular will in Karen Bass's LA and Gavin Newsom's CA has reached unprecedented heights. Here is a simple way of telling that Democrats have succeeded in corrupting the system whereby citizens wield popular sovereignty. Must citizens demonstrate their exclusive right to vote by presenting a valid government-issued photographic identification? Is each citizen entitled to one and only one vote per candidate? Are in-person votes on Election Day the primary way of expressing your will? Are limited numbers of absentee ballots available for ordering well in advance of Election Day, with strict regulations governing precisely when before the election they need to arrive? Is your ballot secret? Is it secure? Are you using paper ballots? Do the political parties nominate their candidates for general election? Is the final vote count completed, registered, and confirmed within 24 hours of polls closing? If any of these answers is no, then your right to determine who will be elected to govern in your name is at risk. The whole basis of American freedom rests upon a system of free and fair elections. The United States Constitution can only guarantee our freedom if we are able to clearly express our choices at the ballot box. Schemes of all kinds have been implemented by Democrats from Maine to California to defraud American voters. Endless recounts are performed for just as many times as it takes for the Democrat to win. So-called jungle primaries steal autonomy from political parties in order to create situations where communist Democrats fight socialist Democrats in general elections with no moderate Republican, libertarian, or conservative candidates. Insecure voting machines ignore some votes while inventing others. Mail-in voting, as opposed to absentee voting, dilutes the clarity of Election Day, swamping poll counters with avalanches of illegitimate ballots. Ranked choice ballots betray the principle of one citizen, one vote. No one must be required to provide their identity. Democrats have a long history of employing election fraud to win power. The U.S. was a Democrat one-party state during the so-called era of good feeling. Democrat Andrew Jackson ruled dictatorially, openly defying U.S. Supreme Court decisions. The Democrat Party, North and South, defended the institution of chattel slavery, up to and including starting a civil war to protect it. Democrats established and maintained Jim Crow laws for nearly 90 years after Reconstruction to strip black citizens of their voting rights. Republican votes passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964 in partnership with Lyndon Baines Johnson over the resistance of many of his fellow Democrats. Today's Democrats have betrayed their country by dismantling our border controls and diluting our exclusive citizenship rights. Democrats have assiduously facilitated the systematic invasion of tens of millions of illegal aliens into the U.S., blighting our communities and overwhelming public services. Democrats prioritize the interests of illegal aliens over American citizens in order to rig elections, just as they did with slavery. Democrats pad their regions with illegitimate residents who, despite not being eligible to vote, nevertheless count in the census data, which determines both congressional apportionment and the distribution of welfare benefits. Democrats calculate that the occupation of America by illegal invaders will eventually become an accepted reality. Voting rights for illegal aliens will, they hope, soon follow. Tens of millions of invaders can alter the balance within many small and medium-sized red and purple states, converting them into a dozen or more new blue states. Consider the way that they run their primaries. Since 2008, every Democrat primary for the presidency has been openly rigged. Did Hillary or Biden really face any serious opposition? In 2024, Kamala Harris did not even have to earn a single primary vote. Within this historical context, the greedy and short-sighted defrauding of voters in Los Angeles and beyond becomes explicable. They have succeeded so many times at undermining our elections that it has now become an addiction. Given Los Angeles' history and population, Spencer Pratt, Republican, would likely have lost any general election with Karen Bass, Democrat. However, instead of trusting voters, LA's Democrats could not help themselves but to rig the after-election vote count. None of this chicanery is being perpetrated because of the confidence of Democrats. Democrats calculated long ago that they cannot win American elections without cheating. If you want to see the true face of that primary, look at Nithya Raman's tears on election night. She knew she had lost. But weeks later, she accepted the fraudulent calculus of a machine that refused to trust the people or to honor their will. This is today's Democrat Party. They are unworthy of public trust. Thank you for listening. And maybe, get involved and do something about it. Take care.